Okay, so I remember what the video was now. I was watching Dateline ID with Keith Morrison. It's a rerun. So to that family first, I'm sorry, this video will probably offend you. To everyone else, I'm sorry, this video will probably offend you. It's definitely not for children. And something in the video happened there I want to discuss. Alright? It's sexually graphic in nature, so this is definitely not for children. If you are under 15 years old, you really don't need to be on my channel. Unless you're watching it for martial arts and some really horrible ass singing or for Mass Effect purposes. So apparently this dude was breaking into university dorms and stealing women's undergarments, panties. I don't know if they took the bras, but specifically panties. I guess he took the dirty ones. I don't know if he took the clean ones or not. I don't really care because as much as I love women, I don't give a damn who you are. I am not into smelling underwear. I don't want to smell my underwear. I sure as hell ain't gonna smell yours. So that's basically what this boils down to. Now, from what I've been told scientifically, you cheese balls. From what I've been told scientifically, that smelling the vaginal scent is an aphrodisiac, and some people get off on it. Unfortunately, I'm easily grossed out, and anything but positive stuff comes to me mind when it comes to smelling underwear. Now, no, I'm not saying that women's bottoms smell. Don't get that twisted at all. I just don't think that that's an appropriate thing to do. Now, if you're having sex with a girl, regardless of who she is, whether it's orally or the other way, you're gonna get enough of that scent right there. You don't need to go through our underwear drawer and smell it day after day after day. Well, apparently, this guy was basically a panty sniffer. Don't laugh. I just have a question though. Am I the only one that finds that weird? Are there more panty sniffers than other things? That was just fucking wrong. I mean, hell. Let me flip the script. Women, do you smell our drawers? I'm pretty sure y'all probably don't. I'll get a little personal there. Mm. Maybe it's just weird for me because when I think of women underwear, I don't necessarily think of vaginas. I think of PMS. And I don't want any part of that at all. No. Again, this is definitely not for children. And I don't want to offend anybody. But, I mean, someone needs to explain to me the thrill of sniffing panties. These are my boxer briefs that I wore yesterday. Alright? There's no stains in them. That's the back side, that's the front side. Let me flip them back inside out. That's the front side, that's the back side. Alright, so men do it. I don't know if women do it. I'd like to know. So if you're a woman who sniffs boxers, or boxer briefs in my case, Could you explain yourself to me? And if you're a man who sniffs panties, can you explain the thrill to me? I mean, don't get me wrong. I love women. I love breast and all that. I'm not Dave Chappelle, and I'm not gonna be talking about titty residue or any of that shit. I don't even know if titties make residue, but people do and say dumb shit, and this is probably one of the dumbest videos I've made, and it probably will never ever come up in subject matter ever the fuck again. But I just want to know, do y'all sniff underwear? Now I'll tell you another thing that brought this up because I was watching an old episode of Steve Wilkos today because I don't know when the new season starts, but I will tell you this: when he had some people on there that constantly check their girlfriends. I don't know if they pin them against the wall or hold them down and go down there and inspect everything, move the lips apart and do all kinds of nasty, gross stuff. You know, there's a limit to the shit that I'm willing to take from anybody. Alright? And it's not because I like fighting or any of that bullshit. There's just a moral limit that people, I don't give a damn who you are, that you just really should not fucking cross. You know what I mean? You know, if you think I'm cheating on you, you're gonna go down on me and smell to make sure my shit smells like a vagina instead of like the normal ball smell that it always has. These things disturb me because men and women, if you're doing this, my advice to you is just to not be in a fucking relationship. People cheat. It's really not a whole lot you can do to stop it. It's also not a whole lot you can do to find out unless they bring something home that you can't get rid of. So, if you gotta go through all this shit to find out if a person's cheating on you, then maybe you just shouldn't be in a relationship. I've been hurt in relationships before, but I have come to accept the one hardcore truth. If my other half is cheating on me, she's only cheating when I catch her cheating. Because some people do wreck other people's relationships because they're not happy, so they don't want their friends to be happy. And if you're doing that, then you're not my friend. Get what I'm saying? So I'm going to end this video before it goes any further out of control because I'm sure you're all looking at me right now saying, God, James, you're a douchebag full of dick tips and a cock thistle. And you should probably be slapped twice with both sides of the back of your own hands because you need some brain power. But, nevertheless, Google this shit. I'm shocked to find out that men and women are underwear sniffers. I mean, this shit's totally fucked me up. I mean, I thought it was like some porn shit, because, supposedly back in the day, they did underwear sniffing. Like, this shit's above my pay grade. Trying to explain this shit to y'all scientifically is just not gonna fucking happen. So let me get mythological here. Apparently, back in the day, they sniffed panties of virgins or some bullshit like that. I don't know where this shit came from. I don't know if this shit's even true, but I guess it depends. It goes from tribe to tribe or legend to legend or whatever, from ethnicity to ethnicity. But apparently, way back in the olden times, when they, like, I guess before tampons and all that shit happened, I guess they sniffed panties to see when the woman was able to conceive. I don't know. I'm just fucking throwing shit out there because I'm not real sure. In fact, I personally think that this is like the grossest topic I've ever done in my life. And I'm totally disgusted with myself, and I'm sorry for even coming up with this crap. But Dateline brought it to the forefront. Steve Wilkos brought it to the forefront. I don't know what episode it was, but it came on like 2 or 3 days ago. And then this Dateline thing with Bring Brooke home is the one that had the Asian fella go to the university and like snatch all these panties, and he got arrested and spent like 7 years for snatching panties. I'm still watching it, by the way, so I don't know how it's gonna end, but it's just floored me that people really do this shit. I thought that was like some bullshit because I used to watch Ranma. I'm sure you guys have no idea who the fuck that is, but it's made by the same lady who made Inuyasha. Well, Ranma is a dude who gets splashed by cold water. He turns into a chick. Well, his dad, Sensei, is like a little itty bitty midget dude. I guess in Japanese culture, when you get old, you shrink, because in his flashbacks, when he was a younger man, he was like built, he was badass. When he was teaching Soon and whoever the fuck Akane's daddy name is, and then now that he's old, him and Coffee or Coco or whatever the hell her name is, she's an old pervert and he's an old pervert, but they can't stand each other. But she doesn't steal underwear. He does. He steals underwears right out of women's gym bags Ranma's a cool ass cartoon. You have to watch to understand what the fuck I'm talking about. And I did that to lighten it up a little bit because Ranma came out in the late 80s, like 88, 89, somewhere in there. But by the time it hit America, it came out in like the early 90s here. Like by the time I graduated high school, Ranma was a thing. However, if you didn't have any Asian friends or if you didn't know anything about Japanese animation like Dragon Ball, because Ranma couldn't air on regular TV. You had to get Ranma, like you had to watch it on VHS or whatever. You know, otherwise you couldn't get it. I don't have any Ranma in here. Oh, I might have him. I might not. Some stuff. Okay. Hot. I'm gonna say that. Still looking. But I'm gonna say that's probably a big fat fucking negative. Well, wherever he is, he's not under here. Well, at least he's not where I can find him. Oh, Jesus Christ. Can I get back up with my cripple ass? Well, just Google Ranma 1/2. It's like, yeah, so many episodes, like 4 or 5 different DVD collections and stuff like that. And Shampoo, she turns into a cat. Ryoga turns into a pig. Akane, Nabiki, and Kasumi don't turn anything. They came out in the same era as Tenchi Muyo. Okay? But I'm sure Tenchi Muyo and them didn't have any smelling underwear issues. But that's because he was surrounded by 7 women who just wanted to fuck his brains out. But he was kind of like extra virginal or some shit for a dude. Which is like, yeah, he's suspect. But anyway, it was a good cartoon. Ranma was great. Yeah, Inuyasha was great. But Ranma, for me, Ranma was my favorite of all. But yeah, I just wanted to know, does anybody know if it's still a thing with people snatching and sniffing panties? Hit me up. You know how this works. I'm James Williams, Coffee Hour number 2. Peace, seeing you.